This is Equestrian Legacy Radio.
You know they'll tell you, if you let them, what you can and can't do. They'll try to change you, rearrange your unique point of view. Yeah, I listened to them way too long, trying to tell me how to sing my song. They say, turn it down, keep it simple, and I say, sometimes you gotta sing it hard and slow. They say, don't make waves, keep it nice and gentle, and I say, sometimes you gotta rock the boat. Sometimes you gotta rock the boat, yeah. Have you ever wondered how they know so much? Why we listen, pay any attention to the rules some fool made up? They're not really saying anything. They just love to hear their own voice ring. And they say, turn it down, keep it simple, and I say, sometimes you gotta sing it hard and slow. They say, don't make waves, keep it nice and gentle, and I say, sometimes you gotta rock the boat. Sometimes you gotta rock the boat. Sometimes you gotta sing it hard and slow. Sometimes you gotta do it your own way. Hey, 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 turn it down, keep it simple, and I say, sometimes you gotta sing it hard and slow. They say, don't make waves, keep it nice and gentle, and I say, sometimes you gotta rock the boat, yeah. Sometimes you gotta rock the boat. Sometimes you gotta rock the boat.
You're listening to Equestrian Legacy Radio, and I'm your host, Gary Holt. Today, our guests are Elaine and Bill Egbert of Camp with Horses, and joining us around the Campfire Cafe are Templeton Thompson and Sam Gay. The Campfire Cafe is brought to you by our great sponsors at the General Store and the Gallery at East of Santa Fe. You'll find everything for the horse lover and folks that enjoy the equestrian lifestyle at the General Store and East of Santa Fe at our website, equestrianlegacy.net. Grab a cup of coffee and join us around the Campfire Cafe, and when we come back, we'll be talking with Templeton Thompson and Sam Gay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she talks about him, dreams about him, thinks about him all the time. She's got to have him, be lost without him. You can see it in her eyes. What is it? What is it with girls and horses? She says, now when I was a young girl, they were my whole world. They were my one safe place. Now that I'm old, I talk about him, and I dream about him. I live to love him, and I love to ride. I'll always have him, be lost without him. There's magic in those and lines. What is it? What is it with girls and horses? What is it? What is it with girls and horses? Yeah,
Templeton Thompson's Girls and Horses, and one of my favorite people to talk with on our show is Templeton Thompson. Templeton, how you doing?
I'm doing dandy fine. How you doing, darling?
Well, I'm doing real well, and I know that Sam is working on a project. I hope you'll be able to join us for just a little bit during the segment that we're doing with you guys.
I'll holler at him, get him to come out of the studio. He's just been working away like crazy on a whole bunch of different things. So, but yes, I'll try to get him to come out.
Oh,
out of the
good.
woodshed.
Yeah, we need him to defend himself, because we'll talk about him for just a little bit. But you know, last time you were on the show, I think we both had taken an overdose of caffeine. We were just wearing the coffee out, and
oh yeah, I remember that.
So much fun. So much fun.
But yes.
yeah. We've got a lot of folks that are new to the show that will be listening today, and we've had a lot of folks really excited that you were going to be the guest today. We've got folks out in Santa Fe, New Mexico, that were actually they were trying to tune into the show this morning, and I said, well, it doesn't come on till noon, so you'll just have to wait. But
hey,
they're loving you out there. Ann Clemens, that's in just out close to Santa Fe, had sent me a message.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then we've got some folks down in Florida that said, man, I can't wait to get the chance to meet Templeton Thompson sometime. She's my hero. So,
well, oh my God! Well, thank you guys. Jeez, thank you.
You've got a lot of fans, but we kind of have an interest in the show today. It's a show that we called Match Made in Heaven, and you know, for our folks that are just new, you are a Texas girl originally.
Yes, sir. Oh yes, proud card carrying.
Texan, yeah, and of course everybody knows that your mother gave birth to you on a horse.
Well, almost, yeah.
Almost on a horse. So you've got a long history with horses. What about Sam? Where's his home?
His home. He is originally from Memphis, baby. Yeah. And in fact, he does a mighty nice Elvis impersonation. He has actually played Elvis a few times. Yes, he has. But yeah, he's from Memphis, and he has just been bitten by the music bug, you know, his whole life. So he's amazing. I'm a little biased, but he's amazing.
Well, he is. He's a talented guy. But and again, we're a little different slant on the show today. How did you guys meet?
Well, it goes like this. I'll try to make it short and sweet, but I'm not good at that. So Sam was, at the time that we met, he was actually pursuing, his own artist career as a, front man, and he had a band put together. And a girlfriend of mine in the music business, she knew that I was looking for a guitar player, because at the time I could really hardly play guitar at all. So she knew of this guy that happened to be playing in Sam's band, and it turned out those guys are like brothers. In fact, that's our buddy Mark Gillespie, and he is our brother, and he plays on the road now with Trace Adkins. Has been with Trace for years now. Amazingly talented man. So my buddy and I went to this really cool place that doesn't exist in Nashville anymore called Jack's Guitar Bar to go hear, specifically for me to go hear Mark playing guitar. I didn't know Sam. And I saw Sam and was like, wow, it's really cute. But I was so shy, so I didn't talk to Sam. Wound up talking a little bit to Mark and wound up getting together with Mark on some gigs. Hired him to come play for me so I could do some of my songs out in Nashville, like I said, because I could barely play. And unbeknownst to me, and I've just known this little piece of information for a few years now, one night I was over at Mark's place rehearsing with him, getting ready for a show in Nashville, and knock on the door, and it's Sam. He's at the door. And I think it's just random, that he just happened to show up because they're buddies. I mean, they're brothers, like I was telling you practically.
Yeah.
I think it was random, and it wasn't random at all. He knew I was going to be over there rehearsing with Mark, and we all started talking and then decided to go have supper together. And in the conversation at supper that night, I said something about how I'd been working really hard to put together this trip for going over and playing over in Normandy, France. The trip was already together. We were working with Nashville's sister city, Caen, France, and we were going to go be in Normandy horse country. Oh, my God. And I needed one more singer-songwriter to go with me. And, of course, Sam was like, I'll go. I'll totally go. I'm like, okay. So sweet. Great. So from that moment on, that was probably probably June-ish maybe. And we were scheduled to go late July. I think that's right. We spent pretty much every waking moment together from the time, he said I'll go to the time that we left for Normandy as friends, as just really good friends. I mean, we just became the best of friends, played music together constantly. He taught me his songs. He learned how to play my songs because, again, I still wasn't very good on the guitar. And then we all went to France. And, a little time over in France, and I was already crazy about him, we fell in love. We started dating officially in Normandy, France. So, and what's so sweet, my man is so sweet. When we got to Normandy, as I'm sure you've been over there, and horses everywhere, and I was without horses at the time. I had to give up horses to pursue my music career. I couldn't afford to have horses here, and at that time. So, and I was really stressed. I'd been working really hard to organize that trip. Sam could see that when we first got off the plane and they drove us to where we were going to be staying in France. Out there, I'm going, oh, my God, horses, look at all the horses. Oh, maybe I could ride while I'm here. God, I miss horses so much. Well, he listened. He heard that loud and clear. And about 2 weeks into that 4-week trip, he got together with the other two singer-songwriters on that trip, and they paid for me to go for a ride on the beach on a beautiful Française horse named Tupi. Yeah. And Tupi and he bucked my butt up and down the beach. It was awesome. He was a wild child, and I had so much friggin' fun. And I got back to where we were staying, and Sam profusely. And even at that time, we were still friends. We hadn't fallen in love yet. Of course, I was madly in love with him at this point. But what's so cool about that, too, Gary, is he got it. He was like, oh, I see the change in you. You are completely different. It just changed me, as we know horses do for us, right? So, and a few days later, it was like, oh, we're in love. We're crazy in love. And then I'll tell you, he's so romantic. A year to the day that we fell in love over there, we went back over, and this time when we went back over, we stayed on a trotting horse farm in Normandy, in Bouvron-en-Auge, a beautiful town there in Normandy called Le Manoir de Saint. And, of course, I was like, oh, my God, horses everywhere, woo! And they don't ride their trotting horses. They do the sulky thing. So, anyway, a year to the day, I'm not kidding you, Sam proposed. Bless his heart. Wow. It was awesome. It was so romantic. He proposes. I say yes. Philippe, our host, says, Templeton. He basically brought one of the horses up with the sulky and was at it felt like Cinderella. He goes, Templeton. He's at the front door of the manoir, and we're on the second floor, and he's like, do you want to go for a ride in the sulky? And, of course, I went yes to Sam. I'm like, yes. And then I'm like, yes. So I went running down the stairs away from my new, wonderful, brand-new fiancé, who's probably going, and he says all the time, in defense of him, he's like, yep, I knew what it was going to be like the rest of our lives. Horses. So they took us both for a ride around the track, and it was awesome, and we toasted with French champagne, and it was, It was lovely. I am so grateful.
Well, you guys are absolutely a great couple, and
Thank you.
you know, and Sam is, of course, he's a great writer, as are you.
Yes.
But
Thank you.
he's so supportive of your career, and
Yes.
you guys are just a great team. And one of the reasons I wanted to get Sam on the show today is because we wanted to kind of highlight him just a little bit. And you actually, a couple of months ago, had sent me one of his CDs. I think it's Tales and Short Stories.
Tall Tales and Short Stories. Yep, exactly.
Tall Tales and Short Stories. And we're going to take just a break and play Against the Grain. And this is Sam Gay. Yeah, so...
And you know who else? Sam Gay and
else?
Lance Cowan, our buddy Lance. They wrote this song together. Isn't that cool?
All right. Well, I told Lance you guys were going to be on the show today, so maybe he's listening. But
hey, Lance, we love you.
Yeah, but anyway, let's listen to Against the Grain by Sam Gay, and we'll be back in just a moment to talk more with Templeton Thompson on Equestrian Legacy Radio.
Captain Philo Jones was the captain of his home, the finest vessel never set to sea. And he'd built her from the ground, and every plank from stern to bow, dry docked in a landlocked field of wheat. Well, he loved boats but feared the water, quoted Melville and hated Faulkner, and longed to smell the salty ocean breeze. By the sun he could tell time, and by the moon he knew the tides. By the stars he charted the course into his dreams. And he sailed against the grain, far beyond those Kansas plains, floating on the amber waves. He sailed against the grain. Captain told tall tales about mermaid songs and whales, and creatures from the deep that he dreamed of. But the only time he'd seen the sea, he felt a trembling in his knees, and he wondered, was it fear or was it love? So he sailed against the grain, far beyond those Kansas plains, floating on the amber waves. He sailed against the grain. Yeah, he sailed against the grain, far beyond those Kansas plains, floating on the amber. He sailed against the grain.
Well, that's Sam Gay, Against the Grain, and that's from his Tall Tales and Short Stories CD, and just a great musician and a great writer. And Templeton, you both did pretty well when you connected there.
What do you mean? Were we not muted?
You were well, you were muted. You were muted.
Along. Oh, you mean in France?
Yeah, you were. Yeah, I was talking about in France.
Well, we're singing along. I'm like, I think we're muted.
Yeah, great. Yeah, but you guys are just a great couple, and just so talented together.
Well, I contend that she brings the average way up.
Hey, Sam, how are you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I am doing fine. Glad you could break away for just a minute to visit with us. She has kind of made you out to be a knight in shining armor, and kind of a challenge for the rest of us to be as romantic as you are. So,
man, I don't need that kind of pressure. I wish you'd quit that.
Oh gosh. Well, I tell you what, when you meet you guys, when you're with you, the two of you, you can tell how committed you are to each other, and that's really such a neat thing today in this world. So just a super, super couple. And I had a great time listening to the Tall Tales and Short Stories CD. There's actually one song on there that I have renamed, and I think that's The Big Picture. But I've kind of tagged it Milk Duds because
That's awesome.
It's just a great song as well. So, but anyway, we're looking forward to seeing you guys in just about a week and a half in Belvedere, Tennessee. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But people are going to be in for a real treat to get to see you and Templeton performing together. And
can't wait.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it, and thanks so much for being there and participating in this fundraiser for a great cause. There's another song, Templeton, that I found that I had not heard before, and this is one from an album that you've got called That's Just Me. And how old is that CD?
It's not, like, putting it together, it's not that old, but the songs are old. Sam just reminded me to hold the phone up to my mouth so you could actually hear me. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. But
anyway, it's old though. That you're talking about the first song you played. You're so cool. That's I don't know, over 10 years old. That song probably.
Wow.
Because that was when we had publishing deals on Music Row, which was really fun. Yeah.
Well, now there's a song that I want to play that's from the That's Just Me CD, and it's one that's called Let the Healing Begin. And we play a lot of Templeton Thompson on Equestrian Legacy Radio, but this is a bit of a different song. I mean, this is not like When I Get That Pony Road or a lot of the horse type songs that we're used to hearing you sing. Did you write this one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me and Sam and our buddy Porter Howell, founding member of the band Little Texas. So, because there was a time there when we were riding on the road that we spent about 5 days a week riding, going to not downtown Nashville, to Music Row and writing in different rooms and publishing companies and all that kind of stuff. And me and Sam and Porter wrote a whole lot. So yeah, that's why. I mean, we've kind of, before I was writing a whole lot of horsey music, I was writing for the market, for the country market. So it's just been in the last little while. What's really cool though, like even back then, horses were popping up, in the songs I was writing for the market, and I just feel so grateful that I get to focus on writing horsey songs and for the market songs too. Or we try to balance that out a little bit. And Sam just wanted me to tell you, if it's okay, he's got to go back into the studio. He's got to go back to work. He's cracking the whip on himself. Hard working man.
I appreciate him taking a minute to visit with us. We want to listen to this song. It's called Let the Healing Begin. It's by Templeton Thompson, and from her CD, That's Just Me. And be careful, Tempe. I may unmute you at any time. So
I'm gonna know now.
All right. Well, you're listening to Equestrian Legacy Radio, and we'll be back to talk more with Templeton Thompson in just a moment.
It's been almost 3 years since the last time we spoke. What we said then haunts my
That's Templeton Thompson's Let the Healing Begin. And Templeton, you just are such a talented artist. It's a pleasure to be able to bring, your music to our listening audience out there. And
thank you.
You've got another song that we're going to play in just a minute called Bring It On Home Chrome. And
yes, sir.
Tell me about this. How did this come about?
Total God stuff and Chrome. It was just I was basically went for a walk about 3 weeks ago, right after Rockstar Beautiful Boy Chrome won the Derby, and we were getting ready to go on the road for our Virginia, Connecticut, New York trip, and Bring It On Home Chrome just started falling out. It was like God and my babies and Chrome wanted me to write it. So anyway, just a gift falling in my lap, and I'm a huge fan of that beautiful horse and his amazing story and the people that are around him and that love him, obviously, so very much, and then all the fans he has. So anyway, the song just kind of started falling out. I got really excited. I came back from my walk and told Sam, we got to write this song. And so I just been rooting for him like crazy. So basically on that road trip, we were gone for about 2 weeks. It was just on my brain really strong, and I even tweeted to California Chrome as we were driving by the Baltimore area, thinking of him and knowing he was going to win, just knowing to my soul he was going to win the Preakness. And I wanted to have some kind of a version of the song ready to root for him, before he won the Preakness. So we wrote it really fast. We finished it up and did a live guitar vocal YouTube video, and then kept tweaking on it because I wanted to have it ready to root for him for the Belmont and for him winning the Triple Crown, because he's going to win it. And so, that's kind of how it came to be. It's he is just, to me, I had a friend say and people are referring to him as America's horse, and I've been kind of calling him everybody's rock star and big, red, beautiful, amazing rock star boy. He is incredible. And there was an article, too, I'm just thinking about this, too, that because I kind of, I'm a digger, so once that song started coming, I'm I want to get it right, as right as we can get it right. We don't know Chrome, and we don't know his people yet. I know we're going to get to. And in fact, I got a really sweet message back from Steve Sherman the other day, which just made my day. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Steve, for the support of the song. So that's just so sweet. And so anyway, I read this article called Bring It Home Chrome, and just wanted to kind of get as much of a feel about him and his peeps, you know, his people that love him so much.
Right.
The trainers and the owners, and that's what we did. And so a song called "Bring It On Home, Chrome" was born, and there you go. So, and can I tell you, because I want to make sure we're trying to raise money for Old Friends Equine Rescue. It's a thoroughbred retirement facility in Georgetown, Kentucky. So we're giving a portion of the proceeds from the download sales of the song to Old Friends. So we need oodles and oodles and oodles of people to share the song, you know, share the link for the song. Please download it. It's $1. And share the video because there's a link for how to download the song on the video. So I have this really big dream of sending our friends at Old Friends a whole lot of money. That's what I'm hoping for you guys. And I know Chrome's going to win, so just dreaming big all the way around. Just good stuff all the way around.
Well, it is exciting. So we're going to listen to that, and then we're going to come back and talk just a little bit more with Templeton Thompson on Equestrian Legacy Radio. Bring it on home, Chrome. I love you.
Let's hear it for the California dreamer, for that big red horse and his long shot believer. Everybody said they were crazy, now everybody's saying, bring it on.
Bring it on home, Chrome. And Tempe, where can people go to download this and purchase it?
They can go to my website, and you'll see, it just reminded me that I need to put just an icon directly on our home page, but go to the Listen Download tab on the top bar of my website and scroll down, and you'll see in capital letters, Bring It On Home Chrome, and that's where you can click and listen, download the song, check out the YouTube video if you want to hear the song in full before you decide to purchase it for $1, because you're going to raise funds. You're going to help us raise funds for old friends in Georgetown, Kentucky. And make sure to visit them, too. It's oldfriendsequine.org. They're doing so great for rockstar thoroughbred racehorses who have given their all out there, you know, working so hard and being heroes for so many of us. And Sweet Michael Blowen and the whole Old Friends team, they give a wonderful home to retired thoroughbred racehorses. So beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful cause. So bring it on home, Chrome. We believe in you. We love you, Chrome.
All right. Now, we want people to do that. I kind of have this vision of people all over the country that are not able to attend the race, which will be the case for most folks. And there are a lot of people that have the parties that go along with the races wherever they are. And so I can imagine that they're going to be listening to this while they're getting ready to enjoy the race. So June the 7th, we'll all be watching that. And by the way, let's talk a little bit about the big event that we've got coming up in Tennessee to raise money for the Fiona Rose Murphy Foundation, which helps kids. It helps kids that have osteogenesis imperfecta, which is brittle bone disease. And you and Sam are going to be performing on Friday night, June the 6th at Circle E, and that's in Belvedere, Tennessee, just about an hour and a half outside of Nashville, about an hour from Chattanooga. Real easy place to get to. It will be a fantastic concert. And then on Saturday the 7th, Michael Martin Murphy will be in concert. And guess what? They've got a 6,500 square foot restaurant. It's got big screen TVs all inside of that. And can you imagine where we're going to be when it's time for the race?
In there rocking out. Oh yeah, rooting and watching, rooting the boy on and watching Chrome win it. Oh yeah,
rooting and watching, and I expect that we'll have Bring It On Home Chrome turned up and blasting out before the race starts. So,
I'd be so honored, man. I'm going to sing it too. We've got, as you know, the private gig the next day on the day at Belmont, and which we're so grateful for. Wishing we could be in two places at the same time, because we'd love to be getting to hear Michael and Ryan that day as well. But we'll be thinking of you guys, and I've already told everybody that day of that gig, I got to make sure there's a TV on, and when he's running and winning it, I want to be singing that song for him, and I can't wait to be raising money for Fiona and this wonderful cause that you guys work so hard on, you and Michael and everybody. And I cannot wait to hug Fiona's neck, because she just sounds like such a firecracker and such an amazing young lady. So it's going to that's going to be a highlight for me to get to meet her.
Yeah, well, you'll enjoy that, and she's going to enjoy meeting you too. But anyway, we've run out of time, and it's always fun to talk to you. I'm glad we got to visit with Sam just a little bit, and you know, what a treat to hear your story about how you met and the proposal and the whole deal. And so you guys are just a great couple. Look forward to seeing you in just over a week at the Circle E Guest Ranch.
Can I say one more thing, just in regards to us seeing each other on Friday and for the concert, so folks know where to go to get those tickets, right? Because you and I were talking about that too. That you can pre-order the tickets to come to the concert, or you can order them when you get there. So I have that information. In fact, it's at the top of my tour page, so you can click on the tour button and then click on that link, and it tells you all the details on how to get your tickets, where to go, when to be, why to be, the whole cause, all about Fiona, everything. And just so grateful to you, Gary, for making us part of this. So please, everybody come. I hope you can, because we're raising money for a wonderful cause for the Fiona Rose Murphy Trust. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, it is, and again, appreciate you and Sam participating in that. And you know, you were so sweet to just say, anything I can do, let me know, and we did. And so it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. Looking forward to seeing you and Sam up there. And again, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Sam, for taking time out. And
I will.
We'll see you in just over a week. So we're going to close this segment out with your song, When I Get That Pony Rode. And when we come back, we're going to be talking with Elaine and Bill Egbert with Camp with Horses. Templeton, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gary. We love you, darling. Appreciate everything you do for everybody. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you. Templeton Thompson, a great guest.
Hi.
You're listening to Equestrian Legacy Radio. Elaine and Bill Egbert have a great story to share about how they met, their quite different experiences with horses, and what led to a new career path. And so, Elaine and Bill, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Gary. That's good to be here. Is my wife on the line?
Well,
yes, I'm here with the little boy Trevor.
Well, I thought we had some extra company there, but welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you, Gary.
Beyond.
I just got done listening to a show you had a couple of weeks ago that I'd missed, and certainly enjoyed that story about Michael Jonathan. That was amazing to realize his calling from that Pete Seeger song. And is he going to be in Tennessee with us, or is he going to be in the Missouri?
Well, he's not going to be able to make it down here for the Tennessee thing. But, yeah, a talented guy, and we really enjoyed having him on as a guest. But
and after that, Craig Cameron came on. I was trying to figure out a way that when you called my name, say, well, we have to go get him. He's on a horse. So Craig's always fun to listen to. Elaine took a clinic from him.
Yeah, he's I call him Mr. Excitement, and
Oh yeah.
Delane and his wife and I talked about the fact that he's just like that all the time. So a lot of fun. But listen, we want to introduce folks to you guys. You have first of all, we want to talk a little bit about your background, because Elaine, let's kind of start with you. You started with horses early, I think, didn't you?
Yes, I did. When I was in third grade, actually, we had ponies and horses.
Well, were you a long-time rider? I mean, is that something that's just stayed with you?
Yes, pretty much. I mean, there was about a 10-year span in between there that I didn't have horses and wasn't able to ride or whatever, just because of a couple moves and career paths, but pretty much have been in horses all my life.
Okay. And Bill, I think you got a little bit of a different start. You were over 40, weren't you, when you started?
Yes, I didn't ride a horse till I was 45. I think I'd rented one here and there, maybe out west a couple times. But once I got the bug, I kind of went hog wild, and I guess that's the way most of my life's been. When I get something I'm passionate about, I think it was in the Boy Scouts. I went for my aviation merit badge, and I was so interested in it I didn't quit till I was a fighter pilot in the Air Force, and that's just kind of the way it went with that. But I'd always felt there was something missing there, but I did have a passion for horses, and so when I finally got into horses and got some training, my life felt a little more complete, and we all know how much we learn from our horses. And then when I met Elaine later in life in my 50s and got married for the first time, that kind of completed my life cycle, I guess, and finally calmed down and feel comfortable where I am now. So
Right. Well, talk to us a little bit about how you guys met, because that's kind of an interesting story.
It actually is my friend, Chrissy. I was horseless at the time, and we were camping up at the Allegheny National Forest in northwestern Pennsylvania in Tionesta, Callettville, and rode up the mountain to a lunch spot called Stony Point, and there was this gentleman named Bill that I didn't know his name at the time, and rode down the mountain together because it was, just time to leave from lunch, and that's kind of how we met. And Bill can kind of tell you the rest of the story. He jokes and reminds me he loved me first, and that God told him, "Hey, there's your wife to be."
Oh gosh, well, Bill, did that happen on the mountain, or when did that hit you? When did you get that message?
We must have left camp about the same time at this ranch we stay at, and I went up the mountain with two people that they were beer drinkers and talkers and had kind of rowdy horses, and I wasn't enjoying the ride much. So when we got to the top of the hill, I had this little nudge from the spirit that said, hey, you better go talk to this girl over there. That might be the one. And I looked over and saw a blonde, and I thought, no, I'm a brunette guy. But I went over there and started talking to Elaine and her friends, and when they were ready to leave, I told my friends that I said, let's go, and they said, well, we're not done resting yet. I said, well, you guys, I'm going with Elaine. I'll see you guys tomorrow or something like that. And we rode down the hill together and got caught in a rainstorm, and I just started asking her all kinds of questions, and I think her friend whispered to her, I think he likes you. And we got done with the ride, and I guess I don't follow through on that too well, but we just kind of said our goodbyes, and I guess I pulled in her driveway 2 months later just to say hello. She lived very close to up there, and it wasn't but 3 or 4 months I think we were married. So.
Oh wow!
Different
Elaine,
story.
Yeah, it is different. Elaine, what about your take on those things?
Well, it's funny how God works behind the scenes, and I had come from one of those kind of times where, you know, it was some rough times or whatever, I had gone through a divorce and didn't think that, you know, that might ever happen again, find love in the right places. And it did. It was just a divine connection. And that's pretty much my take on it. I mean, it's when you kind of give your heart to the Lord and, you know, you just kind of say, hey, you know, I'm yours, and whatever you want to bless me with, that my future is bright, and it sure has been bright.
Well,
Met Bill, and it was kind of love at first sight.
Well, that is great. That's a great story. And did you have the same kind of impression when you saw him up on the mountain, or did it take you a little longer to realize what was going on?
I think it took me a little while longer because, it, you know, sometimes when you had some things happen to you, kind of a little bit more cautious and hurt and stuff like that. But it didn't take, you know, that much longer, you know, about 5 or 6 weeks after, you know, communicated and stuff, and it was just kind of cool, you know, how everything was coming together, and that person that was, you know, becoming my friend quickly became somebody that I fell in love with.
Wow. Well, that is a neat story. You know, when I was putting this show together, and I think I told Templeton, I don't believe you guys were maybe listening at the time, but we've entitled this A Match Made in Heaven. And
I saw that on your website.
Yeah, and there's a great picture of the two of you guys too. We've had some great comments on that. It's just a sweet picture. But there is a song that a friend of ours, R.W. Hampton, has done, and it's called Angel. And listen carefully to the words of this song, and I think it will kind of touch you. But when we come back, we want to talk more about how that marriage and the horses have kind of affected the rest of your life going forward. And we're talking with Bill and Elaine Egbert. You're listening to Equestrian Legacy Radio, and this is Angel by R.W. Hampton.
The first time I saw Angel, I was standing on a dusty street in a western town. What had I found? All dressed up in cowboy clothes, a working hand from head to toe, and darn pretty too. Who only knew an angel in Levi's? The first time I kissed Jimmy Lee, I knew that it was meant to be, 'cause my heart sang, the heavens rang. Now that's been almost 60 years ago. Where the time has gone to, good Lord only knows. And I wouldn't take nothing for the ride up the trail of life with Angel by my side. I've seen heaven with my very eyes, standing by my side, my angel in Levi's. We settled in on a homestead claim. Life gets tough in the ranching game, but love grew up, and love was enough. And when the wolves howled at the door, we'd dig a little deeper and go for more. And she would smile, that angel smile, my angel in Levi's. There was the time that we went bust, our hopes and dreams had turned to dust, and I'd want to quit. She wouldn't think of it. We had 2 boys that buried one, our tears of sorrow choked the sun. And she would say, gonna see my will one day. She'd say, the Lord won't give us more than we can stand. Angel made me so much more than just a man. And and I wouldn't take nothing for the ride. Up the trail of life with Angel by my side. I've seen heaven with my very eyes, standing by my side. My angel in Levi's. And I wouldn't take nothing for the ride. Up the trail of life with Angel by my side. All too soon it's time to say goodbye. I'll see you on the other side. My angel in Levi's. My angel in Levi's. My angel in Levi's. Angel in Levi's.
R.W. Hampton's Angel in Levi's, and we'll wish you guys 60 years together.
That would be wonderful.
That's a pretty sweet song. Elaine, you sent some statistics to me talking about the percentage of women that are out on the trail, and suggested that that might be a good place for some of these guys to get out and ride.
We do. We joke about it because there's about 76% of the trail riding people and people in the show ring. There are 76% women, and guys. We just joke that it's a great place to really meet gals, and that's where Bill and I met, and it is great.
Well, it's interesting. Bill, go ahead.
I was going to say it worked for me.
Gosh. Well, talk to us a little bit about Camp with Horses and the different types of products, and how did you come about starting this company, and what was the reason for you starting it?
Well, I'll start real quick. I'm from a little town, and all the internet service providers kept getting bought out by bigger ones because they were pretty good, and I was tired of changing my email address, so I bought a domain, and I named it Camp with Horses. And so I always had that to point to my email. And when I married Elaine, she's kind of a retail person, and she thought we should do something with that domain, so it kind of grew from the silly domain name. And being retail, every time she saw something she liked, she thought to ask if we could be retailers for them.
Right.
And get things wholesale. And it started out with T-shirts and coffee cups, and I love to tie knots. I tied some hand-tied rope halters, and we'd start out at some tack swaps, and it wasn't very successful, but we had a lot of good time and met a lot of people. But it wasn't until we got into the high line, or what I call picket line, with the no knot concept, which is quite ironic since I like to tie knots so much, that we developed an easy way to put up a very sturdy quality high line without using knots, and it's kind of grown from there. But that's our main line of things that we actually manufacture and make. We have many other products that we're basically resellers for, with the CSI saddle pads and Muddy Creek gear, Easy Boots, and Health Easy hay feeders, safety ties, and some other products. But it was those high lines that actually got me involved. Elaine kind of had it going a little bit too, but maybe I should ask her to share her thoughts, because they may be a little bit different.
Okay, Elaine.
I just had you on mute for just a minute. Let's see. Because briefly, we have been trail riding for many years, and mainly in the East, and our love for each other and horses and outdoor camping is one of the other places it was really birthed before that email came about, because that's what we did do for a really long time. And we were noticing that people were struggling, with going primitive or rough camping. And we always liked to camp in the woods and where it's cooler and your horses are right with you. And we just, Bill and I would, he had the high line set up before I met him. And to be quite honest with you, I thought it was cumbersome and hard to use. It was useful, but it was hard to use. And I said, we really need to come up with a better system, a better quality rope, a lot easier, unique features. And Bill said, I've always wanted to make stuff. And I said, well, you get the passion of making stuff together, and I'll get the passion of marketing and talking to people together. And that's really, just in the last probably 3 years since our son was born, has really birthed and, came about.
Well, and for our listeners that may not everybody that listens to the show is a camper, or maybe some folks that are just getting started. But actually, what is a high line?
Go ahead, Bill.
The high line is a line that we tie between trees at about 7 feet tall that we tie our horses to. I think technically a picket line is a line more thigh or waist high that was kind of used in the Old West and Civil War days to tie the horses to. But the high line is a little safer that the horses can go under it. But it's a rope that's stretched very tightly between trees, and your hay is tied to it, and your perhaps even water or a feed bucket, and your horses are tied to that line. And it obviously has to be sturdy and have some safety features. I don't know who said it, but the stronger the rope, the bigger the wreck kind of thing, with horses.
Right.
So we've tried to incorporate that into our product, but it's basically used to tie your horses to when you camp overnight in the woods.
Okay, and I will say this: when I go camping and trail riding, I prefer a high line to stalls, because I'm kind of like you guys. I like to have my horses close, and it's kind of neat to be able to look out and see them or hear them, and don't have to go too far to feed that way. So to me, it's a lot more fun. But how is your high line structured? And you were talking about no knots in this.
We use a 5/8 polypropylene. Oh, go ahead, Elaine.
Well, I was just going to fill in a little bit and just say one thing back to, the people that are out there camping, mainly being, women, if they don't have a guy along or something, sometimes it's harder for them to figure out knots and stuff like that. So we wanted each component. We have a 4-piece kit, and each component is all no knots. And Bill can explain that a little bit more. But it's just that, you want to have fun, and you want it to be a friendly thing. You don't want to spend an hour just setting up the high line. And that's kind of what we were doing in the beginning. We were fiddling with stuff, and like I want to make that point as just basically an easy system. But go ahead, Bill, and kind of explain our 4-piece system that we have.
One of the pieces are the tree savers, and the tree savers have different sized rings at the end so that they fit inside one another and snug up against your tree and stay put while you gather your rope together. The rope's a 5/8 polypropylene rope that I whip the ends on as well as melt them. And one end has a steel thimble on it, and the thimble is used to place on your tensioning device to prevent abrasion on it, and again, so you don't have to tie a knot. The other end is secured with a very unique, what we call a rope cleat. I used to always tie a loop in my line to do a trucker's hitch to take out the slack on my rope.
Right.
And then after the horse is pulling it for 3 days, that little loop knot is so tight, you spend 10 minutes the next time you're camping because you need it in a different spot trying to untie it or cutting it out or whatever you're going to do. But our rope cleat takes the place of that knot and allows you to take up all of your slack and fasten the tag end of the rope like you were cleating your boat. And it's very simple. And then the fourth component are the tie rings or horse positioners. They can be moved even after your rope is tight. If you need to reposition a horse closer to their hay or further away that they're wrapping around it, or move horses further apart, You don't have
Right.
to take the tension out of your line. You can slide it like that. So we've been busy making those things, and I'm hoping that we have a good supply when we're down in Tennessee. I cannot wait to get down to Southern hospitality again, and I spent some time in the service down south, and looking forward to meeting you. But and to listen to some of these great musicians that are going to be there. That's just we're going to be arriving there about 1 week from today right now, so we can't wait.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and we're going to take just another very quick break, and we have had some callers that have called in, but we're going to take a quick break and listen to a song called Blue Montana Moon by Joni Harms, and if this doesn't put you in the camping spirit, nothing will. We'll be right back to talk with Bill and Elaine. You're listening to Equestrian Legacy Radio.
Wild Mustangs were running in the wind. Moonlit mountain breezes filled the air. Only he and I and the big Montana sky. Lord, how I wish I was there. The campfire glowed near the stream that gently flowed. We held each other tight beneath the stars. The sweet moonshine whispered through the pines, and I was safe and warm inside his arms. Blue Montana moon, watch over him tonight. I'm coming home on that old midnight flight. These big city lights sure don't shine as bright as you. Blue Montana moon. I'm missing you, though I love what I do. I've been gone from you for much too long. It's the simple things that still fill all my dreams and give me the strength to carry on. Blue Montana moon, watch over him tonight. I'm coming home on that old midnight flight. These big city lights sure don't shine as bright as you. Blue Montana moon. Blue Montana moon.
That's Joni Harms with Blue Montana Moon, and I will mention that Joni Harms will be in concert at the Fiona Rose Murphy Foundation National Trail Ride in Washington at the Butler Hill Equestrian Center. So Joni will be in concert on June the 7th there. And be sure and check out our website, EQUESTRIANLEGACY.net. Go to the events section, and you can find out more information about each of our locations and the great artists that are going to be performing there. Bill and Elaine, we have a good friend that has joined us on the show to call in and say hi, and that's Tina Mae Weber. And Tina Mae, how are you?
I'm doing good. Howdy.
Howdy.
Hi, Tina. Hi.
Oh, don't everybody get quiet on me here. Tina Mae, you
don't
had
make
a wreck.
Me laugh, Gary.
you had a wreck the other day, and
yes, I did.
Yeah, so you've got some cracked ribs, and I guess listening to Equestrian Legacy Radio is a good way to get a little horse time in, while you're recovering from this.
Good folk on there.
Yeah, but we hope that you're going to be able to get better to come join us down in Tennessee. I don't know if that's a possibility or not, but have you met Bill and Elaine?
I haven't met them in person, and actually I was looking so forward to meeting them also in Tennessee along with yourself, and I hope that can still happen. It's going to take time. I got to see how I'm doing and see how things are going. But I have talked with Elaine, and that's why I called in, because they're good people, and I love to work with good people. And I have got one of her high lines, and I love the matching leads that actually go with the high lines. Unfortunately, I had cracked my ribs before I got to personally use it. So I can't really comment on that. However, I can comment on the quality of the ropes that they use and the equipment that they have with it, and it looks really nice. And as a trail rider and a woman of 5'2", I'm sure going to appreciate this system that they have put together, the no-knot system. It looks pretty clever, and I'm sure it's everything that they said that it is. And they've got lots of goodies on their Camp with Horses, LLC. They've got all kinds of things that's great for camping and going out and enjoying your time camping with your horses. So I just had to call in and kind of say that and say hello.
Well, we're glad you did. We're glad you did. You're an experienced trail rider and camper, and I know that you're looking forward to getting over those cracked ribs so you can actually get out and put to use the Highline. So you'll have to tell us how you like it after you've tried that out.
Oh, I sure will. Just, I'll be announcing it everywhere. Trust me. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. You guys have a fantastic time. You're going to have a fantastic time at that ride in Tennessee. I hope I'm there to see all of you. If not, know that I'll be there in spirit, because it sure is going to be a good ride to be at and for a good cause. Well, it'll be a fun time. God bless. Yeah. Same to you. You get well. Don't laugh too much, and it won't hurt so bad. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day. All right. Talk with you soon. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, that was sweet. Great lady. Sweet of her to call in. She's just a good friend, and always enjoy talking with her. Tell us a little bit more about some of the other products that you have available, because I know that you're going to have a lot of things with you when you come to the trail ride in Tennessee.
Well, one of the biggest things sort of that goes along with our Highline system, Bill kind of can tell you a little bit about it, but is like a tightening device. And a lot of times people get certain things, mixed up on the Highline pieces, but the full piece system doesn't include the tightening device, and we like to use either a cable winch puller or a specific ratchet strap that we have in our lineup, and then it's stuff that goes along with the Highline, a lot of different little safety things, the matching leads, a reflective actual horse collar, not a rope, that is reflective, some breakaway things in case there is some kind of a wreck, like a safety tie clip, almost like a carabiner ring, but not. Another hold it strap for people. We use rope halters, and those don't break. So, there's a lot of little safety things that you have to think along the lines of highlining your horse, because, people have said it's not if it happens, it's when it happens. So you do have to think along the safety line.
Right.
So we have a lot of highline safety products that goes with it, and then the riding gear for you and the horse. So we have the Easy Boot line. There's probably 7 or 8 different versions of Easy Boots. We have the Muddy Creek rain gear. They have the long jackets that actually fit over the saddle, horn in the back to keep you and your saddle dry.
Right.
And then they have new chaps that actually Velcro to your belt, so you don't have to zip anything. It's just like putting on a pant leg. So those all keep you. Then there's the stowaway saddle packs that are made by the same Easy Boot company. And just a lot of really neat little things. We didn't want to be an everything to everybody kind of store, but we wanted to be kind of geared towards the person that likes to trail ride and camp with their horses. So we didn't want to just, get every little product out there, but something that's very useful and very kind of proven by us. We've used their products and we kind of like it, so we added it to our store.
Well, that's great. Now, I want to mention to folks, too, that they can find you on Facebook, and that's
yes.
at Camp with Horses on Facebook.
Yes.
And give us your website.
Well, it's the same. It's www.campwithhorses.com. And then on Facebook, it's either Camp with Horses, LLC, Solutions and Products. And then the other one I have is Horse Highline on Facebook as well, just so that they can specifically find the Horse Highline stuff. And also, too, just to kind of throw out there as a recap, we, joke that people say, oh, camp with horses. Well, we don't have a camp, but we camp with our horses. We have the products and the solutions to help you out on the trail. We don't, have a camping facility. So just want to kind of share that with everybody in case somebody was, jumping in towards the end and listening, that we don't have a camp, but we have Camping with Horses products.
All right, that's great. So that'll work for everybody wherever they are. And I will mention, and we appreciate the fact that you guys are helping to sponsor Equestrian Legacy Radio, and you can go to the general store at our website, equestrianlegacy.net, and just click on the logo, and it will take you right to their website. So we appreciate you sponsoring our radio program. That helps us to bring these shows to people all across the United States and in over 50 countries now. So we appreciate that very, very much. Bill, any final thoughts that you want to share with us?
It's been a pleasure, Gary, and I think our business is almost growing faster than we can keep up with it right now, because we still have our day jobs, of course. But I'm really looking forward to coming to Tennessee and meeting some new people and getting in the South again, and of course meeting you, and all for a good benefit for Fiona Rose Murphy. And can't wait to meet her grandfather. It's just been a real pleasure today. I sure appreciate the opportunity.
Well, we appreciate you guys taking the time to join us, and I know that Trevor has kept you a little busy there, Elaine. But that's
definitely. It's working part-time and having Camp with Horses business and going camping, every weekend or every other weekend, and traveling and, going to the expos in the winter and doing the organized trail rides is definitely keeping us busy. But it's a family thing, and it's a God thing, going to Cowboy Church and keeping God in the loop and being blessed because of God.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to meeting the both of you in just over a week, or it will be a week. And so we're looking forward to seeing you guys there and talking with you. And I'm looking forward to seeing this Highline system myself. So
I come out to Vendor Row with Gary and all the other campers, and it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be the organized trail ride and food and concert and vendors and just so much fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, thank you again for joining us on the show, and look forward to seeing you a week from today.
Oh, thanks you, Gary.
For your courtesy.
All right. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. Well, we've had a fun show today talking with Templeton Thompson and Sam Gay and Bill and Elaine Egbert, and always fun to have Tina Mae Weber call in and visit us on the show. Really, really nice folks. Get out and enjoy your horses. It's a family thing if you want to make it that, and not anything better than being out and enjoying the beauty that God has given us to enjoy. Let me mention just a little bit more about this trail ride. Again, it is June 5th through the 7th. It's the Fiona Rose Murphy Foundation National Trail Ride. It is to benefit children that have osteogenesis imperfecta or brittle bone disease. And so all the money that's raised goes directly to the foundation. The foundation is made up of volunteers. There are no salaries that are paid, so every bit of the money that's raised goes to help these children and their families that are dealing with this incurable disease. So we'd like to invite you to visit EQUESTRIANLEGACY.net, go to our event section, and find out more about where each of our locations are. There's information there for you to contact the various campgrounds and make reservations. We're going to have some great, great activities at each of our locations. They'll be different at each place. There will be cowboy-mounted shooting clinics. We have extreme trail clinics that will be going on. Of course, great music, great food, great shopping with our vendors at each of the locations, and just a great time. And, of course, in Tennessee, we'll have Templeton Thompson and Sam Gay on Friday night that will be in concert, and then Michael Martin Murphy on Saturday night. So just a lot of fun. We want to thank you for tuning in again today on Equestrian Legacy Radio. And again, today our show was brought to you by our great sponsors at the General Store and east of Santa Fe. On our website, you can find them and visit them there, and that's at EQUESTRIANLEGACY.net. We remind you that if you climb in the saddle, get ready for the ride. And we'll close the show today with Templeton Thompson's Wishing You Wings. Thanks for listening.
And I'm hoping you might learn to fly. I'm wishing